the listeners just missed the best part of the conversation we're probably going to have tonight. So,
sorry, guys.
Yeah,
we got some more stuff to talk about.
The prep work brothers to know which one of them is.
I got something fun to talk about.
What do you got?
So it didn't involve the rest of you guys. Actually, it only involved me and John. But I learned today that John actually has he has two brothers. I don't know if you guys knew this. He has his younger brother, but apparently he had a second younger brother.
Oh,
who we called him the one who stayed behind, but he lived deliciously. He lived deliciously. He made the choice out of all the brothers. He's the one that would live like the best version of his life. His name is Tim 2.
Tim 2.
Not Timothy.
Like Tim number 2 or like Tim 2 like TIMTU.
Right.
Tim or yeah.
You call him like I don't know, T2.
But is it the
his
number
best version?
Him also.
Occasionally just the dose.
Whatever he feels like that day.
2.0. Okay.
Tim 2.0. The only difference is because he made the sacrifice of living the most delicious life. He actually signed a contract with I guess a lower level demon, and he's been turned into a cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he spends the better part of his days eating apples and white peach jam and getting tummy tickles. Yeah. Because he's a cat.
So what Eric is doing right now is just repeating verbatim part of a group chat that we have with a certain mutual friend who on the podcast we only refer to as Max Fontaine. Fontaine. Effort. But what's funny about this, and I don't know that I've like explicitly going to disclose this to you guys, but I did technically have a second sibling for a little bit.
Oh shit! This is getting dark. What you look at all you guys? You always send me up except for Naveen. You've always been straight with me, but Andy, same thing, buddy. 1996. I was thinking maybe it was a decent year, and you just dropped that bomb. And you know what? I hated it.
You didn't know that Johnny had a conjoined twin for the first 4 years of
Not
his life?
Not a conjoined twin.
What is this, like Venture Brothers or something?
So the doctor, when my mother first realized that she was pregnant, she went in for the exam. I don't have the exact details, but the doctor's like, "Oh, you're having twins," and mom was just like, "Oh, oh my gosh, like twins!" Like she said she was actually like a little like.
Did he say it like that? He said twins.
Twins. Yeah.
Twins.
You having twins?
Man, he's smoking his cigarette. He's like, "You're having twins."
Mom honestly was like, you know what? I came home and I kind of cried the first night because like I thought twins maybe it's just going to be too much, but they're going in, and the doctor's like, "Oh, your twins are very healthy. Oh, the twins are kind of doing good." And then at about maybe kind of I don't know, like the 4 or 5 months 5 month mark, the doctor was just kind of like, yeah, there's no twins anymore. It's just the one now.
It's not funny.
Mom was like, what happened? Doctor's like, who's to say?
Did he make a joke, like a really inappropriate joke, and go, one got hungry?
So are you telling me that you
just did the Pac-Man noise? He went waka 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 waka
as he puts his cigarette out on her stomach. What a bastard!
You got to go get like a CAT scan or something.
80s were tough.
80s were.
You've got a
technically this was the 70s. Like that
the nurse was doing a Rubik's cube while the other nurse was playing with a slinky. I guess those are 80s.
It was the 70s, so it was also he also put a cigarette up. It was like unfiltered because it was just they
naturally
they didn't know better or they didn't want to at that point.
Nobody wanted to know.
Yeah, I've been thinking about 2 perfect jokes that I've heard recently, and I'll kind of do one now. I'll do the other one like a little later in the pod.
Question: does it involve Tim 2?
Doesn't involve Tim 2.
Okay, I'll be patient.
If Tim was still, it involves Zootopia 2.
Okay.
Because the trailer came out recently, and I was kind of interested. I haven't seen the first one. I was scrolling through the comments, and this is a thing I did not realize about the first Zootopia movie is it has a 11 out of 10 perfect joke in it. I'm going to try to do it
All
right. Zootopia, it's a basic premise. It's about like there's a fox and a rabbit, and it's all this. It's a big city full of kind of talking animals, whatever. The joke from the movie. Guys, first we got to address the elephant in the room. Francine, happy birthday. It's the reason cavemen paint on walls, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Perfect.
I thought you were going to say, like, the elephant's name there, Francine. You'll put on some clothes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, a dress. Yeah.
Right.
I like it.
But then I watched like the actual scene for the movie, and this is Idris Elba doing the joke, which is incredible. But it's all cop animals, and that kind of took me off of it like a little bit. But, yeah.
I've seen that movie probably 50 times because it was Anna's favorite movie.
Really?
My daughter Anna's favorite movie for like the first probably 8 years of her life.
Is it that good all the way through? Like,
it's enjoyable.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that. I wouldn't say that it's the best of its kind, but it's pretty good.
Is there a better joke in there than the elephant in the room joke?
Oh boy. No, probably not. Probably not.
It's a neo-noir movie, right? You would say that?
Right.
Sure.
I'm just saying that could have been your choice.
I mean, I guess it could kind of be considered a neo-noir movie.
That's what I remember. I don't remember anything about it except for being surprised, saying, "Oh, this is just not like your typical like kid CGI movie, like Shrek or something like that." It's like it's a little more like deep. Like there's some kind of mystery. It's like one of those movies, kind of like a Pixar movie in a slight different way, where it's like the adults can kind of like
it sounded like a
tag
little
along with the kids
like a
to
little
be like
Roger Rabbit adjacent, right? It's kind of like it's a kids movie, but they're also
a rabbit.
Yeah.
Several.
Yeah.
He says fuck like 7 times in the movie, so I mean it is kind of adulty.
Right.
Sure.
I think there was a reference to rabbits, their sexual drive.
There's a ton of that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
If you look at like the letterbox reviews of this film, it's one really, really kind of funny comment, usually about like the elephant joke, and then like just 7 kind of really long digressions on how much they want to fuck Jason Bateman, the fox.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nick the Fox, I think is his name.
He does the Jason Bateman voice, I'm sure.
He's Jason Bateman.
Like he's always, Bateman, Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
That's who he is, though. Like he plays himself, just he's a fox. Like that's really all it is.
He plays himself, but he's also like a handsome fox. I don't know. I don't have like the impression, at least kind of from women our age, of like Jason Bateman is not like a guy I hear kind of cited as this.
I hear it's him being like a like a condescending prick.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I totally see it, but I mean.
But maybe as a fox, maybe there's an element to that needs.
Maybe think about Teen Wolf 2. I mean, so Teen Wolf 1 comes out. Everybody is just like I think before that even they were all in love with Michael J. Fox.
Right.
Teen Heartthrob. But then they have like new guy Jason Bateman comes out as Teen Wolf 2.
Was Bateman the star of Teen Wolf 2?
He was.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I've not seen either of those movies.
I don't remember that ever being a thing. Like him being on like I wasn't getting like Tiger Beat, but. It was never like a thing. Like he'd be in the front of TV Guide or something like that.
I think he was a bit of a heartthrob back then.
He was in that show, Hogan
Which
Family
one?
or something like that.
Hogan Family, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
His older sister was the older sister on
Family Ties.
Family Ties, yep.
Yeah.
And
again, there's kind of the Michael J. Fox connection right there.
Yeah, there's the tie-in right there.
He was just on one of the late night talk shows. I can't remember if it was Kimmel or I don't know. It was one of those, and he kind of said that he expressed an interest in maybe becoming a late night talk show host later on in his career, sort of like as that being his final,
the final iteration of kind of what he does professionally.
Sort of, kind of. And whoever was, I think it was Kimmel. I could be wrong about that, but he was like, "All right, let's go ahead and let's try." Oh no, I think it was Colbert actually, I believe. So they switched places, and he didn't have a script. He didn't have the teleprompter to read from or anything like that, and he did a pretty good job. And like he actually, his persona kind of worked as a late night talk show host. He was a little dickish, but funny and charming and whatever. And it kind of worked. I gotta say, I would watch that show.
Have you guys ever listened to his pod?
No.
I would imagine it's great because it was literally like a COVID project. Him, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes were just buddies in real life. And it was something that they kind of did off the cuff just to kind of keep themselves entertained, and like the thing completely exploded.
He's a little less harsh than that. I've listened to like a couple episodes. I can see why they're still recording it. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun.
Well, let's kind of get into the meat of the episode. Welcome to episode 52 of Rebels Without a Pod, the show that dares ask the question, speaking of animals, who else could the Caddyshack gopher beat in a fight?
My name is
Naveen. A wet Naveen?
Oh, but only if you're wet.
Oh, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Dry Naveen, there's no natural advantage.
No, it's no match whatsoever.
No.
A slip and slide.
Just have a contest.
Good old baby oil.
My name is John, and joining me tonight, Andy, who does our artwork and graphic design.
What's up, everybody?
Naveen on music and audio production.
All right, slippery when wet.
And Pod Daddy Eric, up until recently, the chief safety inspector of the Mexican Navy.
Oh, what happened?
That killed my intro. This was going to be my response. I usually have like a response that kind of ties in with like the previous episode. The one I had for this one was, I'm like, or what the women that feed me tiramisu at the brothel called me, Old Tappa Tappa. Too soon. It's too soon.
Yeah.
Just welcoming the listeners, get all this stuff out, and then the next episode I'll do it again. They'll be like, yeah. It still doesn't work.
You could just smell like Brooklyn Bridge.
Classic Eric.
Yeah. What an asshole. He's the Bateman of the group.
Yeah.
I always wondered what would be worse, to be like the Bateman or the Sudeikis. I feel like Sudeikis is a true asshole. Bateman just comes off as an asshole.
I don't even kind of know what to think now, because I for the first time 2 days ago found out that George Wendt was his uncle. So that's just whole new light of kind of thinking about Sudeikis.
That is mind blowing.
Yeah. I will say Sudeikis, I actually saw improv like on a Monday night, like at a small theater when I was living in New York.
Yep.
Without any question or other consideration, handsomest guy that I've ever seen, like in real life. It was.
That's not what I was expecting. I thought you were going to say he was really funny.
Totally. he was funny as fuck too. Well, just like you're sitting there, just like, wow, this is great. I'm laughing really hard.
Got dreamy eyes.
Yeah, maybe Wet John.
But you're just kind of simultaneously that must be the handsomest motherfucker that ever lived. It was just very, very unsettling.
One of those guys that's just like naturally toned, but doesn't even work out a day.
With or without his Ted Lasso mustache at that point.
No mustache at this point. I think this was
face.
During or right after Last Man on Earth, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was he on that?
Yeah, he was Will Forte's brother. He was on it kind of sporadically.
I only watched it like a bit of the first season, and then I fell off of it.
The Earth?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's because it's flat.
Well, he was the last man, not me, Naveen.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. Spoilers.
Nobody fell. Somebody was pushed.
There we go. All of our content is currently up on the Rebels Without a Pod YouTube channel. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Gentlemen, collectively, earlier this week, we passed 800 views for the channel. And I think we also passed either 13,000 or 14,000 impressions. So we're getting out there in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're like probably like the number 3 podcast in the world at this point, Johnny. Is that, if my numbers are correct?
I don't know how numbers work, so let's just say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in like Spotify, right? Like the top 10.
Yeah.
It's an audio medium. Next week we'll be hopefully returning to our unconventional superhero cycle with Sam Raimi's Dark Man. Tonight, though, we're doing the long-delayed part 2 of The Algorithm, our new format where the hosts share and discuss some of their favorite YouTube content creators.
Ooh, I got something. Speaking of new format,
Shoot.
I like the new intro.
Mm.
I think that was the first episode we
I
dropped.
thought you meant when we just arbitrarily talk for 10 minutes before introducing.
Well,
Yeah.
makes you
Shout out
comment.
Naveen. Shout out Naveen.
Yeah.
It was quite a bit of work. New musical track we have leading the show was really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, Eric was integral in that as well.
Nope. Don't give anybody else any credit. That was all you, buddy. That was your song.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, comment on it. Which one do you like? Better. We'll see what happens.
Those are both yours, so I think you're going to get all the credit.
Yeah. Either way, you win.
Bit of a
I
kangaroo
know.
court, but yes.
What a dirtbag. What about the outro? Did you put the outro on?
I did the outro as well, yeah.
Outro? Okay, cool. I never made it through an entire episode, so I didn't get to hear it. But...
There is a scroll feature, fast forward.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't even have the wherewithal to get through scrubbing to the next.
Just save me the trouble. Just put like a time marker at the outro, and I'll just kind of click on that.
Well,
Eric thinks about YouTube videos like the way he Eric thinks YouTube videos work like the way the old school like Super Mario levels would work, where you can only go forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, just only one direction with this thing.
I usually take that like hidden pipe in the second level that brings you right to the end of the game.
Mm.
You just skip past like saving Princess and everything in the castle and beating Koopa. It's just like you won.
You were a speedrunner even before there were speedrunners, is what you're saying.
You could say that.
Yeah.
You'd be wrong, but you could say it.
Yeah. You can say anything you want. This is America.
Let's kind of get on. So
I won't touch that.
It's quite a while since we did like the first part of the algorithm, but basically two of the hosts pick two kind of actual popular, well-known, successful YouTube content creators that they like, and we share like a couple videos each with a co-host, and then we just kind of discuss about kind of what worked and what we sort of found interesting about like the stuff that these guys make. So it's going to be Andy and myself kind of presenting to the other guys this episode. Andy, let's start with you with the YouTube creator Modest Pelican. Now, this is an Australian YouTuber, kind of only known sort of publicly as Jeff H. Jeff spelled kind of the annoying way with like the unnecessary letter. This is a guy who started out kind of making Battlefield videos, but he just kind of does kind of general sort of modern kind of gaming videos where he kind of edits, chops up, and he kind of makes up these sort of kind of stories and jokes and kind of these deadpan sardonic sort of narratives around like the way that he's playing the game. This is a guy with currently 2.4 million subscribers and close to 500 million views collectively for like his YouTube channel.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you picked two videos of his, a walkthrough that he did of the Hitman Miami level, and then a game of it looks like a Grand Theft Auto Online that he played for a little bit. Kind of talk about that
as Hitman.
That he played as Hitman. Yeah.
Agent 47.
Yeah.
Except he refers to him as Thick Man, not Hitman. So
tell why this was your choice.
Yeah, so I don't even remember how I stumbled upon this guy. There was a period where I was pretty heavy into playing GTA 5, and I was probably just looking for playthroughs or whatever, and he popped up. His super dry sense of humor, his deadpan delivery just spoke to me. It's my favorite. That's like my favorite kind of humor. So, and so I'll be honest with you, the Hitman stuff that he does in the game Hitman, not when he's playing as Thick Man. The Hitman stuff is my favorite of his, because he finds a way to make. First of all, the Hitman as the game is awesome.
Right.
We've well established this fact. Secondly, there's all kinds of room for silliness in that game.
The game itself is so intrinsically comedic, and there are so many ways that you can kind of play through the stages. There, and my sort of cough syrup addled narration of my own sort of level playthrough like the other day. It's an easy thing to have fun with, but it's also kind of like an easy thing to kind of have to kind of just sit and kind of riff and make jokes about, because everything that you're doing is so intrinsically specific and ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
Do you remember how many people you've killed up to this point? You sick bastards.
Wait, in real life or in the game?
Yeah. I don't know. Culmination of all the above.
Well, if I'm adding them up,
Animals.
Let's just go with collective
spiders,
stats.
babies.
I don't kill anything. I just pull legs off.
Right.
It's like you took a can the other day after you drank like that Coke and just kind of crushed it with your hands, instantly yeeting it. I mean,
one of the worst ever kind of jokes I read about what somebody kind of texted like after like a Call of Duty match was some guy just was randomly like, "Man, my kill to death ratio is better than Hitler's."
Oh.
That went dark fast.
Yeah,
all I kept thinking about when I was watching this, because I've never played Hitman before. I've not played it yet.
Which is astounding.
How many people that play this game are just like, they kill somebody and they're like, you know what, I'm not satisfied with that kill. I'm gonna go back and kill that person again. And they just do it like, I don't know, what, 5, 10 times?
Like, on Andy.
I think my count for assassinating Alma Renaud was up to 17.
Good God, man.
There's so many different ways to just absolutely destroy people.
Right.
I'm going to bring it back, but John will always remember his first kill.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
it happened before he was born.
Walker.
And we're bringing it full circle, folks.
We'll put that conversation up on Patreon.
Indeed.
So the interesting thing about like the Hitman games is you can play them in a way to Eric's question of like the only people you are required to kill are like the immediate designated targets that you're kind of given at the start of the mission, and that can be anywhere from like about 1 to 4 people. And the game itself actually actively discourages you from just kind of going on killing sprees. It discourages you from committing kind of random acts of violence against kind of innocent bystanders. You're still allowed to do it. It doesn't stop you. But I think there's a big distinction. I have gone on a killing spree with all the Hitman I played exactly once, and that was at the end of the Colorado level. Andy, from what he's talked about, seems like it's something he just does all the fucking time.
Oh, I love killing every member of the entire, whoever I'm trying to kill, whatever the bad guy contingent is, I want to kill them all.
But what about the civilians?
I saw there was...
Yes.
Throw them over a bridge.
Oh, God. I saw there was a video that he did about Diddy.
Yes.
He goes, like, I forget what it's called, but something like hunting Diddy or how I killed Diddy or something.
That was his most recent release.
It was Diddy and one other person in that one. I forget who it was.
Well, what's very funny about that is what he's playing is a mod of the Hitman Paris level, where you have 2 targets. One is just like an older guy who's kind of secretly a secret arms dealer, and then a younger woman who's like a cohort of his. The younger woman, with the timing of it, I don't think is intentional, but the younger woman looks exactly like Ghislaine Maxwell. So somebody had
that's
an
what it is.
idea
That's what I
of
was thinking.
Just modding the Paris level to make the older guy look like Diddy, to just make the other target look exactly how she is in the game. Just change her name to Ghislaine Maxwell, and then have a bunch of stuff with like the whole mansion is filled with like just bottles of baby oil.
Baby oil, yeah.
And like 15-year-old girls walking around.
Yep.
Because ugh.
And he does a lot of those different, like he'll have a bunch of different mods that he'll do. I can't even remember off the top of my head what some of them were, but like he had to, he'll throw in, he had to kill Mr. Beast, I think, in one of them. And
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think he took the Fortnite skin.
Yeah, that's right.
So many people though that use like that GTA Online software or whatever. And they just make YouTube videos where it's all kinds of stuff. Like Ray watches them where it's just like Sonic the Hedgehog or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they do it. I mean, I'm not going to try to figure it out, but they always take different characters and then they just like expand them, shrink them, create different scenarios, create storylines. I mean, it's awesome, like as a medium to use that. So it looks like an actual game kids want to play, but It's like amazing how they can kind of just take a kind of like a commercial property video game like this, but then kind of use that as like not just something that they consume, but as kind of a jumping off point for their own creativity. Mm-hmm. With these modded Pelican videos, like the editing and the jokes and like the stories that they come up with are just legitimately entertaining, like on their own terms.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely. I mean, I would strongly recommend Modest Pelican to anybody that likes kind of procedural, watching people play the video games. I know Eric mentioned I think it was actually the last pod, that it's not his favorite genre of YouTube.
It's tough for me.
That's fair. That's fair.
There's a big generational thing there.
I'll say this though. This one, it was funny because I was watching it, and so Modest Pelican, something about his delivery. I don't know anything about him like prior to watching it, but I go in, listen to it as he's going through the levels, and then I'm like, he has to be from New Zealand. Like, he just has to be. It's like everything is just like dead, man. Like all the jokes and stuff, all the delivery for each of the jokes, but
it's very Taika Waititi coded,
Yeah, exactly. It didn't hit for me. And maybe if I had seen him making the jokes, like I could actually, he was in the corner or something, I could see his face as he was making him, and he turns to the camera and he has that kind of look that he shares between, like, the two men making a connection over Hitman. Maybe it would have hit a little more for me, but I was just kind of like, good joke, but your delivery, buddy, like, hold on a second. And then he just keeps going on.
Well, what I will say too is if you watch more and more and more of his stuff, like he has styles of jokes that he will throw in regularly. He's got like, repeat.
He's got like all these kind of running gags about either being dehydrated or like I watched a bunch more like the Hitman videos of the levels I have played in the game. He takes random shots at Amy Schumer at least once an episode, which is like,
really?
Yeah, he's got this whole thing where he calls himself the number one Christian gaming streamer or something like that, like jokingly, like tongue in cheek,
right? And
then he'll immediately start talking about like pedophilia or something absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's where I'd go naturally.
Yeah.
Does he spend like every episode?
And here's where Diddy's keeping all the baby oil.
Yeah.
It's does he always happen to like stumble upon like a Wahlburgers?
That's a different game.
No. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
It's in the works, that game.
That's right.
I think
I hope it.
Great.
I hope it.
Guys, I just had an idea for how we grow the channel.
So, what did you guys think of it? Give me your impressions.
Yeah. Just general impressions from Naveen and Eric, but I'm also curious to hear: does it make you curious to actually play the game itself?
I don't know. I mean, the first video, he was playing through an actual scenario, right? It's an actual.
Yeah, it's a walkthrough.
Yeah, it's a walkthrough of a game. So I was just like, look, it looks fun. I get it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what other games I know that's very similar to. But it's like
there's not a ton, like Metal Gear Solid a little bit.
Yeah, something like that. But it seemed like you have a lot more choices. Like there's definitely, I mean, I felt kind of like almost Tomb Raider-ish, but at the same time it's slightly different because usually you go guns a-blazing for that one. This takes, it's a little more finesse. Like you go in, you have so many options that you just kind of like choose your own adventure, and you figure, and that's why there's like, clearly more replayability for like doing some of these levels over and over again.
The game also gives you objectives where to kind of fulfill all the objectives, you have to play the same level 12, 13, 14 times. But these levels are so complex or so clockwork or so kind of Rube Goldberg-esque that like all of those videos that he's done of like things that I've played are levels that I probably played through like 15, 20 times just to kind of get
wow.
And you see something different each time you go through it.
I think I like the second one a little better though. It was kind of funny. And again, he made up his own story there. It's like, what if Agent 47 retired, wanted to buy a house or something like that?
Yeah.
And he's hanging out with his buddy Crosby at the club, and he's like, not sure why. He's in boxers. Never comes back to that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got repeat buddies that are in a lot of his videos. And sometimes he'll just do like straight up playthrough videos of his GTA world that he's got with Thickman and his, he calls them the sons. No, Sons of Virginity, I think is what it is. Like
oh,
that.
Wow.
Like a Purity Ring, Jonas Brothers kind of thing.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so he refers to them as the boys. It's, Thickman and the boys, and they go out and they just do stupid shit where like they pretend to be police officers and they pull people over and they're you can hear him interacting in real time with other players that happen to be on the server. It's a funny group of guys. Their whole purpose in all of this is just to be idiots and just do stupid shit. And I don't know, it speaks to me. I don't know what that says about me, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, nice. I found it entertaining. It's funny. I thought the delivery was good. Kind of like Andy, I like that deadpan. It's just kind of, he says it and then you're like, what? Oh, and you gotta sometimes just really think about it a little bit. There's the whole thing about, found a guy that, what was it, the mascot crying or whatever. He's like, we're men here. We're supposed to just bottle up our emotions and move on. And then, or just, throwing it out there is like, oh, I think I got a bail here, just like my dad did. And he just keeps going. And you're just like, wait, did he just say that? I mean, some of those things where I think it was great.
He's out here with sedative pills, a lockpick, and a dream.
There it is. I wrote that down too.
All right, I don't need to throw this guy over the bridge, but I'm going to, so I did. So I thought it was good, and I mean, you did get a little run through of the way he did it and the way he figured it out and things, but it was also entertaining, so it wasn't as boring. And I've never actually watched like Twitch or whatever, where people are serious about going through the walkthroughs and all that stuff.
But the difference being is these videos are it's not just him sort of blindly narrating a game the entire time he's playing. Like, these things are very deliberately written and edited, which is one of the things I liked about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I was gonna say Twitch is a hard pill to swallow. I don't think there's any Twitch stars or YouTubers that I'd watch, just because it's all random. They're just sitting there playing the game. There's no focus. Jokes come out. Sometimes they're funny. Most of the time they're not.
Right.
So
I've
this
never
is
watched
kind of
a
like,
stream. I've never seen a Twitch stream before.
But between the three of you, like, are any of your kids or stepkids like interested in like that aspect of sort of kind of video game culture?
Charlie definitely is.
I haven't heard them talk about Twitch too much.
Yeah, my kids will watch the videos.
So Charlie hasn't, as far as I know anyway, watched any of them live, but he will watch Twitch, like, on YouTube, a restream of a Twitch stream rather.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my kids have watched like videos that have been edited, so it's not the full like stream. It's just like the funny parts, I guess.
Because that shit goes on forever, man. They'll do like
they're full-time gigs. They're these
it's all donation based.
Yeah. Well, so Modest Pelican, a lot of fun, kind of good. Recommend, even for kind of older fuddy-duddies like us that are kind of outside of kind of what like video game culture is right now. I like really good at these videos.
Good, I'm glad.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, it'd be nice to, I guess, play the game just to see you around, but I probably wouldn't get too deep into it.
Buddy, you're next.
Say that.
You're next.
True. Right. I guess I have to buy the console first.
Well, one of your kids is going to be out of the house soon. You might have to kind of deal with some empty nesting stuff.
That's right.
Just.
You can adopt a new child. Yes,
no.
Pro.
Yeah.
No.
Negative.
Not adopting any new children.
Listen to that soft hum of the sweet engine of that beast.
What's that Simpsons thing? Marge was like, Homer, you remembered what you promised the kids, right? And Homer's like, sure do. When you're 18, you're out the door. For the audio listeners, the smile on the Bean's face right now.
Counting down the time.
Yeah. So moving on.
Teachers count down to summer. No, I'm counting down to August 21st.
There we go.
Oh, geez, he's got the day and everything.
He's marking every day on his calendar with a red X.
What? She's gonna be pinging us after that. He's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? You want to record a pod?" No, I'm good, Naveen. Sorry, I'm lifing.
I still have young kids.
Touching grass. All right, so moving on. This is one of my picks. This is Food Wishes with Chef John. This is a YouTube cooking channel by San Francisco-based chef John Mitzowicz. He's a professional chef and cooking instructor. 4.6 million subscribers, close to 2,400 videos, and this is a astounding statistic: 1.1 billion views on his cooking channel.
No,
That's crazy.
no.
Nice.
This
Wow.
is a this one I kind of suggested to you guys like a little kind of 3-course meal with gazpacho verde with burrata cheese, a Hungarian beef goulash, and for dessert, recipe for tiramisu. Chef John is an online cooking instructor I really love because he just not only are his recipes generally great, his instruction is really clear. I think he has a really funny, really wonderful kind of cadence as he's actually kind of teaching these recipes. But I also love the fact he doesn't do any of the bullshit that most kind of modern YouTube creators kind of do, and kind of this era where he's just kind of he's got a picture of his dish and it's him making some kind of just goofy soy face of this is the best grilled cheese I've ever had on this.
I was like, what does that sound effect represent?
Like soy face. People just don't.
Okay, yeah. I thought he just got a little too excited. He's like, check this out.
But that's what most YouTube and the other professional chefs I kind of follow are also very kind of just kind of great cooks. They're kind of talented creators, but they all put their they all just kind of put their these stupid fucking facial expressions next to a
stupid face. That's why we don't show video for this pod, by the way. We don't want you guys to eat up our faces because
of our stupid faces.
We have stupid faces we make the whole time.
Although we could become a meme that way.
Do you want to be a meme?
Do I want to be a meme?
Is that how you want to?
Right.
There's so many things you could do to be remembered in life. Is that how you're going to go out?
Yes.
Naveen, you just got to make it to
You know
August
what?
21st.
I accept that challenge.
Have so much good living ahead of you.
I think we should do that for the next episode. We should each come up with a meme beforehand of Naveen, and then we'll present them.
Okay. Can I pitch a segment name?
The
The memes.
Nope.
memes.
Andy's be doing that.
Naveen's bean machine.
All you guys are haters. What do you think about Chef John?
Okay, so I don't like gazpacho. I don't like tiramisu.
Yeah.
That goulash looked incredible.
Yeah.
I want to eat that right now. But
He's
like
so hard
Wow.
about he froze on his video feed.
He's overclimped, folks.
no, did I?
He's like that
You're gonna
green
say
Hartley
it,
Hartley
it kinda
shit.
throws up.
Nope.
Yeah. You stopped right on. I love.
Dang.
I love that goulash, and you literally just kind of froze up and kind of almost like a climactic sort
You
of face.
you froze up with your hands in there, and we were all saying goulash.
Ooh, all right, let me turn off my camera just in case to. So
you literally
yes.
had a face we could have put on the next YouTube thumbnail.
That was the meme. That was the meme right there.
Yeah. So just to recap, don't like gazpacho, don't like tiramisu. The because I don't like coffee. So that's
I don't buy it. Oh, okay.
But the goulash looked incredible, and I like Chef John. If I was looking for somebody to give me just a very, straightforward walkthrough of how to make a delicious looking thing, I dig this guy. I like him.
Who doesn't like gazpacho?
It's fucking cold tomato soup. Nobody likes gazpacho.
You don't make friends
is
with salad. You don't
Make friends with
salad.
salad.
Nobody
Go
likes
back to Russia. So fucking fun.
You know about the roads? The roads in Russia,
Uh-huh.
they fork you. And he's back, folks. He's back.
There he is.
We brought him back in.
Look at that smiling face.
For all the things that you said, Johnny, I agreed. It was nice that it was focused on the food, the ingredients. It didn't, focus on the chef's face or anything. It was all about the food.
Personality or
Right. And I think the way he did it and some of the quips he made in there it was great to watch and kept me interested. And I would actually try all those things.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee either, but for some reason tiramisu is it's delicious. I enjoy it.
Did you say tiramisu hungry?
Yeah, I think it's a 2 Live Crew song, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you say you have a
tiramisu.
love-hate relationship?
Oh,
Say it.
God. Oh no, my connection's bad again. Oh,
Oh,
And there goes old soy face.
yeah.
I think he's giving us the finger.
Yeah.
and he's looking up a fun food joke.
yeah, no, I don't have one.
Turn off the camera to give us the finger.
Yeah, I'm not punny enough for that.
Is that what's that on my poster? Is that tira miso?
Oh, I forgot to look that
tequila?
up. I got to look at the past
God, fuck.
videos.
I wanted
actually
to do a
posted
Tila
it.
tequila joke with tiramisu, and you can't make friends with Tila tequila.
You could have just said Tila Tequila, and that would have gotten something.
I don't know. Would it have got something?
That was 2007, dude.
Andy froze, so I think he's still
No,
processing it.
he's shocked, or he's just googling Tila Tequila. now.
He's like, she made a porn?
No, I was googling tiramisu puns. To be honest
Right.
with you,
Tiramisu puns.
Clicking on your ex-hamster bookmark, you're like, oh, there she is.
No, he doesn't do hamster style anymore.
Real-
not anymore.
There it is. There it is, folks.
Points.
There it is.
Points.
Yeah, I don't even have. These are all terrible. How did the
that the idea of a
tiramisu
pun?
teach its lesson?
One more time.
How did the tiramisu teach its lesson?
I don't know.
It used coffee breaks. I don't know what that means. That's the best I got
It's
for
not
you. Though.
anything.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
I
even
don't-
words.
That's
That's
the first.
Is that an
time
AI
I've heard,
joke?
a Scrabble.
I don't know. It says it's tiramisu puns. That's not even a
it was made
pun.
for robots. It's for robots.
Well,
Yeah.
he uses coffee to,
This is
espresso.
this is my second perfect joke of the episode. I mentioned the first up top. The best tiramisu joke written ever was told by Chef John on his YouTube video for how to make tiramisu. And he's explaining a little bit about the history of the dessert, and he basically kind of tells the audience back in the day, tiramisu was actually a dessert made by Italian prostitutes for their customers. And if it's good enough for those Johns, it's good enough for this one.
I wrote that down with a WTF right after it. I was like, this joke was made for fucking Johns.
Yep.
Yes.
Not
That
for
is
Eric's.
technically good.
This was for John's.
Yeah.
I do support like the dislike of tiramisu because the one thing that nobody questions and the one thing that Chef John doesn't make apparent is that you should probably use farm fresh eggs if you're going to be eating eggs raw.
Sure.
Mm.
So
This
if
is
you're like
a San Francisco chef, so maybe like the
San
the-
Francisco,
Yeah.
we all eat the raw eggs in San Francisco.
What is this?
I don't know. I made this joke the other day to my son where he made this like stop animation video and he's just like, okay, I want the characters to kind of like go away. So can you like make them say something like, oh, I got to get out of here. All right, I'm going. And I'm like, I think I can do a little better for you. Here we go. And so he starts it up and I wanted to make him laugh. So he has Goku and Goku stands up and he's just like moving around, just looking left and right. And then I just go, where did it go? Where did it go? And then just stop it. And then he starts laughing. He goes, where's that from? Where's that from? I'm like, you're going to be saying that for like the rest of your life once you hit like high school and college. You and your buddies will be watching TV shows and movies and stuff. You're going to be like, where did you get that from? He's like, where'd you get it from? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I think I made it up. I think it was maybe Looney Tunes. It's pretty stupid. I feel sorry for repeating that.
And then my son was standing there with like a sheet of paper, and he just looks at you and he goes, "Can the talent please just stick to the script?"
Wow.
Yeah.
He's just like, Dad.
Father is a joke killer.
I never knew what an actual piece of shit looked like until you made that joke. Kids these days. You know what? This was not the only. So old Tappa Tappa that I got from earlier. I dropped that one. He mentioned it. You give the tiramisu, the old Tappa Tappa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shake
Little shake. Something else he brought up too that I wrote down. This is what I actually wrote down in big letters. I don't know if I fully support it, but when I was watching this at 11 at night, it made sense. I thought he kind of sounded like a Canadian Shane Gillis.
Okay.
Canadian
Oh,
Shane
okay. All right.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know what a Canadian Shane Gillis would sound like, but he's just like, all right, we're gonna make this gazpacho. Yeah, it's green. You put lots of ingredients in it. You got a little dollop of cheese on top. You guys know what I mean? Yeah. All right, and then you
They
take
fired me from SNL.
Hey,
Yeah, I know. Racism is apparently funny, but not funny in the wrong context.
Not funny at all.
hey, poser. Don't forget that part.
Yeah. Hey.
You're gonna go Canadian.
Yeah.
Go Canadian.
I like it.
There was another funny joke though by I almost call him Coach John, Chef John. He talks about his spoon a lot in the beef goulash, which kind of distracted me from the whole thing that he was making, which was beef goulash. He kept talking, but he's just like, this spoon, it's like freakishly small. Like,
if it breaks, I have to quit.
Yeah. If it breaks, I have to.
Like, I already got 1 billion views. This means nothing to me whatsoever. Yeah.
And then the caption comes up. He's not kidding.
Yeah, I know. It just shows a close up of his face. Do not make this a meme.
So John, I'm going to make a request.
Sure.
So the last time I was in Las Vegas was a couple of years ago. I had to be there for a conference, and you very generously removed me from the Las Vegas Strip for one very, very lovely, relaxing evening at your apartment. You made me a romantic dinner.
I did.
And actually, it was a 3-course meal. It was
3-course meal.
Yeah, it was a full 3-course meal. I would like to request this 3-course meal.
Okay, so like a couple notes. I'm happy to do the goulash. The gazpacho verde has no tomatoes in it. It's just a cold vegetable soup. Very good.
What's in gazpacho?
It's usually like tomatoes, sherry, like a little bit of a lot of just yeah.
What is going on?
It's an audio medium, fellas.
Drink that drink I made for you. There's nothing. I slipped in it. Just drink it.
You want to tell the guys the 3-course meal that I cooked up for you?
With a little side of Cavassier.
You know what? At the end of the night, Andy's going to wake up just covered in this green liquid.
Yeah.
And he's going to look at John, and John is just going to be like, somebody likes a gazpacho.
Right.
That sounds infinitely better than every other night that I will have in Las Vegas for this exhibition. So I'm in favor. So Johnny, you made, let's see. There was a soup. I'm trying to remember what the soup was now.
Artichoke?
That's right. Artichoke soup.
This is not going to calm down. This is not going to cool off the peanut gallery. Let's put the menu on Patreon and kind of move on to the next kind of YouTube creator. How about that?
We could also do that. But what I will say,
it's going to be a 40-minute long segment.
The food that you made was delicious, and I would like some beef, whatever was goulash. It? Goulash in September. There it is.
You know how they eat?
The Hungarian.
The happiest I've seen Eric in months.
Do you know how they eat goulash in Russia?
How?
The fork feeds you.
Right.
I don't know.
You really nailed that joke format. You did it exactly the way it's meant to be done.
Naveen, cut all of this out.
Look, I translated it. It was a poor translation.
Shout out Max Fontaine. We know you could do a better job. Right. So moving on. Chef John, great recipes, funny narration, not a lot of kind of like the modern kind of exhausting bullshit. Give him, just give him a shot.
Apparently
moving
Canadian.
Yeah. Andy, your second YouTube creator that you want us to talk about was a channel called Corridor Crew. Now this is Minnesota childhood friends Sam Gorski and Nico Puringer. These guys are both filmmakers and digital artists. It's a YouTube channel with over 7 million subs, and these guys basically, for the most part, you can tell me if there's kind of additional content, but it seems like their mainline thing is they sit down with friends, other people in the industry, and they watch and critique very good and very bad special effects in films.
Yeah, so that is definitely how I found them. They also do that series is called VFX Artists React. And it's exactly what you said. It's exactly what it sounds like. They also have Stuntmen React, which is same concept, but they bring in actual stuntmen. They've got a guy that's a repeat who was one of the Black Panther stuntmen. So he was basically I'm blanking on the actor that played Black Panther. Yeah. So he was his stuntman, and he brings in all these famous stuntmen, and they do the exact same thing. They go through scene by scene and they talk about good and bad stunts and
what differentiates the two, how difficult or easy something may be.
Yep. They do these creative challenges where they like one of them, for instance, was they had to reimagine Spider-Man in an R-rated context, and how they would do that with VFX. They have like a couple or a few of these different little teams or individuals that go and they give their version of, in this case, R-rated Spider-Man, which is cool.
It's like a team competition thing.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, so it's its own company. Corridor Digital is its own company, and they do they actually do VFX. I don't know if they do it for. I don't think they do it for like Hollywood, but they do it for YouTube videos and stuff like that. And so it's their take on this. And then they've got like behind the scenes videos and tutorial videos and all this kind of stuff.
Cool.
Anyway. It's very cool. They're an interesting group of guys. They have
It legitimately seems, at least in the videos that we watch, like they're having fun, hanging out with friends. And
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
The thing I love about it is like it's like one of the guys will bring something to show like the other guys, and they probably haven't seen that movie ever, or it's just in a long time.
Yep.
And then, having all that knowledge they have now of visual effects and how stuff is created and seeing how some of the stuff is done, especially older stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's just fun to watch because it's like genuine reactions to what they're seeing, and then seeing them try to like figure out how they did it, or maybe like how they might approach it if they were given that kind of task. So
yeah,
one of my favorite parts of the of like the videos that you shared was them reacting to the special effects in Fritz Lang's Metropolis. This is a hugely sort of famous like movie people are devout about, kind of dystopian science fiction film from like 1927. So I love the reaction the guys have of just watching the intro credits and watching how one credit kind of fades into like the next credit. The guys kind of being quiet at first and then all screaming at the same time because they just remembered, holy shit, this was 1927. They weren't doing this with Adobe After Effects. They were literally drawing these credits, erasing them, doing a stop motion photography while they were erasing it and drawing like the new ones in.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. I kind of want to. I haven't seen that movie, so now it's like I really should check that movie out for all those things.
Maybe something to get out of the pot. Supposedly, like aged amazingly too.
Yeah. Well, curious if that's where that whole term of smoke and mirrors came from.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I love how they opened it up though with that episode that you picked, where they start out with the movie Ferrari, which I would probably never watch. I still will not watch it.
Yeah.
That one scene where like the car just flies through the air, hits the telephone pole, ricochets off, and just like murders a bunch of people. Just the car just keeps rolling and just takes them all out. I mean, that was, and again, like the way they're talking about, they're like, how the hell did they do that? They're like, okay, it looks like they took an actual car and then maybe green screened it or something and added it in there and just angled it how they wanted to. But then they also have like the CGI effect where people are getting fucking mauled.
Yep.
And so it's a little obvious, but you forgive it because it's just like it comes out of nowhere, that whole accident. So you're just reacting more to like the carnage you're seeing as I'm like, okay, I see how they did. That was kind of bullshit. But
yeah,
I think the premise of that movie is it's like this was literally, instead of doing an entire biopic on Ferrari's life, this was a real thing. This was a real accident that happened. And I think the entire movie it starts with that crazy car accident and then follows what happened in like Ferrari's life for like the next 2 weeks following that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm still not gonna watch it.
No, neither am I.
So
it's an interesting channel though. Like sometimes it can get a little on the technical side, but even when it does, and keeping in mind that I know nothing about the technical side of VFX, like whatever. But even when it gets technical and they start really getting into the weeds and kind of speaking each other's language,
it's not inaccessible at any point.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's totally listenable. It's totally still relatable. Yeah, it's a fun channel. I knew you guys would at least enjoy parts of it.
Right.
But if you liked it, if you actually enjoyed it and really liked it, I would definitely recommend delving deeper into some of the stuff they do. They have this one, I guess you would call it a challenge, where they all have to come up with the most satisfying video. And it's, like a puzzle piece that slides across the table and falls directly into a perfectly sized hole. And just sort of how when it goes down in it, it's got that satisfying thing. Anyway, it's fun to watch.
Another video was like watching a Las Vegas conventioner eating a 3-course meal at his friend's apartment.
Andy wakes up the next day, just puzzle pieces everywhere.
Yep.
He's got I love 1,000
pieces.
Let's
talk a little bit like both videos were interesting, but I really enjoyed the Great and Bad Halloween CGI video.
That was a great pick. I know why you picked it. It's pretty obvious.
Why did I pick it?
Dude, The Thing. And even still, them watching it, it was more their reaction as opposed to like, how do you recreate that? Because there's just not enough information out there to show how they were actually creating this stuff. I love the one though, where it's like, they focus on the guy that's on like the operating table and they talk about where like his stomach splits open. They're like, they're actually destroying their props. So that's like one take. A lot of that stuff. The one where the guy's head gets ripped off. That same thing. Or like it has like it falls on the ground, grows the spider legs, and they actually set it on fire. He's like, dude, they just set it on fire. Like they have to record that because that might be the only.
Well, I mean, they had to set it on fire because they I don't know if you know this, they made that movie by actually getting a real thing.
I was gonna say you gotta kill that son of a bitch. So don't take any chances.
You don't want it getting off the lot. But like the thing that kind of like struck me is kind of like looking at like the segment they did on Paranormal Activity, a movie that was made for like $15,000, and how like a lot of special effects were just kind of compositing plus ropes, the big the sort of big thing of like getting pulled out of the bed first and then getting pulled out of the room in a different direction was just like they got some guy that really knew knots.
It was smart because that movie, if you guys you probably have seen it. It was oh my God, they're all the same, but it's a slow build. It's really a slow build. You spend an hour of just minor things happening, like somebody's hair gets kind of like fluffed, or I don't know, a vase breaks or something. It's building up to something, so it's just kind of this like unsettling tension. It's not until the very end, and that's the scene that they show where it's like, they're not sure things are happening in the house, but apparently it's like the wife, she's maybe possessed by a ghost or something. That's why they show her standing over the bed watching her husband, and they do the time lapse of like, I don't know, 6 hours or something before shit goes crazy. And that's it. Maybe that's the brilliant thing about Paranormal Activity movies. They always wait till the very end when you least expect it, and you're like ready to walk out of the movie, and then it just goes boom.
It really just kind of drops.
You just see something like, quick and like amazing happen. You're like, holy shit. Like, I'm not recommending them though. They're
right. I was going to ask, as
good at all.
You and I, as like the two horror fans, I've never seen one of these movies all the way through. I've
seen 2 of them at the theaters.
Okay.
The first one, and
is it a better
experience
at the theater? Is it a more interesting experience?
No, you just hear everybody groaning, and they're like, "Oh fuck, when is this movie going to end?"
It's a real ringing endorsement.
Yeah, and the weird thing too is
sounds like the Apollo Theater in Worcester back in the day.
Man, hopefully you get out of here without being stabbed. Guy, it's
he came and then he went. Boom. Podcast over. 3 perfect jokes, ladies and
gentlemen. You know what? If you get stabbed, nobody will tiramisu. There it is. There it is. I sat on that bad boy.
Write it down. Send it to that website.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
No, 4 perfect jokes if you include Hamster Style from the vein.
Hamster Style was the chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Cherry on
so
top.
yeah, a lot of fun with that
gazpacho.
one. Great recommend. And I like especially that you picked something that had a little relevance to the previous pods that we did. So,
Oh yeah,
welcome.
Great. Was it the Muppet movie?
Yeah. A Great Muppet Caper, I think.
Is it Great Muppet Caper? I was
Yeah,
gonna say that I
But
wasn't.
that's the one with like the bunch of the Muppets on the. But that's a little confusing to
Oh
me.
yeah,
They
yeah.
added that because it's just the Muppets can ride bikes. That's just something to do. So I don't personally understand why that was on a special effects program. Anyway, moving on.
No,
Final pick of the night is a favorite YouTube channel of mine, and I know of Naveen's as well. This is Pitch Meeting by Canadian comedian Ryan George. His videos were originally a kind of like an occasional thing that they would post on the like the Screen Rant YouTube channel, but eventually his stuff was so popular and so successful, it spun off into like a pitch meeting specific channel. Ryan George currently has 1.3 million subs on his original pitch meeting channel, and also like another 1.8 million subs on his other channel that he does kind of random sort of high concept sketches on. For me, I kind of want to share this and kind of end on this guy because this from my perspective is some of the best written and funniest comedy that's on YouTube currently. I get the guy is a genius. It's I've never seen a clunker out of anything that he's done. So I asked the two of you to watch. What were my picks actually? The Madam Web and Hawkeye pitch meetings. So, guys, what'd you think?
This is such a Rebels coded YouTube channel. Like, it's just so in our wheelhouse. It's so perfect for the four of us. I had watched a bunch of these prior to you suggesting them. I wouldn't say I'm as big a fan as you guys are, not because I don't like it, but I'm just not as well versed in it as you guys are. But you're right. It's great writing. I love the payoff of, if you're a repeat watcher, you get, kind of repeat jokes.
The catchphrases and like the certain kind of running jokes.
Yep. Things that may not be as funny to somebody who just watches one of them, but if you keep watching them and you see more and more of them, right. it
gets to a point. There's certain beats you wait for, like in every video. And I'm not like a big catchphrase guy or like a big do the line, do the bit, but it's just like he is such a talented comedian. Works every time for me personally.
Yeah. I can't say I'm as big a fan of his other channel. It's not that I don't like it, but
it is more experimental.
I just need pitch meeting from him. I don't need any of the other stuff. That's just what I want to see from him. So, yeah, they good choices. Both of those were. I haven't seen Madam Web, nor do I intend to. But the way that he explains it makes it sound like an absolutely fucking crazy movie. And probably something that we should watch as a group just because it seems like something we could riff on.
Yes.
And Hawkeye, I did watch all of and enjoyed. But the way
Hawkeye, a fun show. It's just like his jokes are so funny and so on point for like
exactly
every once in a while.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Papa, what do you think?
So this is a Johnny recommendation from a while back. I kept starting to watch them, and I don't know what it was about him. He reminded me of somebody, maybe like an American Shane Gillis. So it was tough for me to.
Have you been getting into Shane Gillis lately? I'm just
Ralph Boner.
You know what? Yeah, Ralph. Is it Ralph Boner?
Ralph Boner.
I laughed at that so hard, and then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, no, that was the actual character's name. Shit.
We went all that way for a boner joke.
I got 5 minutes in for that boner joke.
Yeah.
It was good. It was funny. The Madam Web one, the thing I noticed about it is it's all spoilers, right? Yeah. So if you've seen the movie or the TV show or something,
sorry to spoil Madam Web, but here we are.
I think
a little bit of three shadowing.
Yeah. I'm just saying, when I went to your place in Vegas and I woke up the next day and I asked what happened, you're like, you just watched Madam Web. And I'm like, I think I have COVID. It was just a rough night.
Right.
No, Madam Web's a
night in Vegas. And then you have COVID for like a week at your friend's apartment.
Yeah. I woke up the next day. I'm like, hey, John, can I get your Hulu password? Thanks. Yeah, no, Madam Web, I thought that was funny. Hawkeye, I've actually seen the show as well. And the best part about it is he hit on so many of the key moments from the TV show and just made them even funnier. Some of the things I wrote down, the whole thing about the very end where he explains it, where it's like the big fight with Hawkeye and Kate.
The whole thing you're waiting for is him pulling out the special effects arrow, like the
yeah,
ice
exactly. He has all the different arrows that and then he's like, and you have like the Pym arrow, which shrinks down like their truck that gets picked up by like an owl. And he's like, oh God, oh no, and he's just like, he's
what a terrible way to die.
Yeah, he's like, it's fine though. It's like kids will like it. It's kind of fun and it's kind of cartoony. He's just like, man, ignoring gruesome owl-related deaths is tight.
He's like, oh God, that's a horrible way to die.
Yeah,
that owl's going to tear him apart with his little beak.
Or he says like, oh, Kate saves the dog and feeds him a lot of pizza, and she rewards him with diarrhea. Like, that's good. That's pretty good. I think I've tried to watch some of these in the past. They didn't hit as strong as Hawkeye did, but that was a good one. And Ralph Boner was a good callback.
And Naveen, this has kind of been like Naveen and I kind of don't text individually very much, but when we do, it's about 80% just kind of sending each other particularly good kind of pitch meetings for that week.
Yeah. I mean, it is just well done, and sometimes it's like for Madam Web, I good feeling it wasn't going to be very good, being Sony and all that. So it's like I watched the pitch meeting before I watched the movie, so I didn't care. And then sometimes you'll see the movie and then I'll watch the pitch meeting afterwards, and they'll be like, "Damn, I totally missed those things." And he's like, "Right." You get those things like the suspension of disbelief, so they'll just believe it. It's like, and he throws those things in there, and so it's just really well done. And
it's whether or not like I enjoy the movie or despise the movie has no bearing on how much fun I have like the pitch meeting afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, so John, you saw Madam Web just because you wanted to see Madam Web?
Because at the time I did not have a job and lived by myself.
Okay. So
I would say like Madam Web is weirdly kind of a lot of fun. They just did a "How Did This Get Made" episode about it, like 2 months ago. And all three of the hosts, Jason and Paul and June, were just like, this movie was pretty fun. It's crazy dumb. It's not well made, but
super unbelievable.
It's not quite sort of Room territory, but there's so much bizarre shit happening at any moment. You're never bored. And like I just remember like the kind of sitting in the theater, Madam Web, just being like, I was by myself.
Yeah.
7:00 on a Thursday night, drinking a Lagunitas IPA and just kind of sort of nodding to myself and be like, I'm actually having a good time.
Can I ask
weird.
But point of clarification here. So having never seen the movie, I didn't realize that it sort of when it took place, sort of its actual time that it took place, meaning pre Peter Parker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So my question is, they've got this bad guy who dresses exactly like Spider-Man, who doesn't exist yet.
Yes. They also have an entire tribe of people in the Amazon where Madam Web's mother was researching spiders just before she died that also dress like Spider-Man.
Do they give they give no explanation of this, nor do they connect the dots for how Peter Parker must have stolen or used this guy's suit as like inspiration.
It's strongly implied that Spider-Man's suit when he's an adult is Peruvian cultural appropriation.
Wait, for real?
That's what you can kind of pick up from the movie, basically, because it's a whole Amazon tribe that they literally use kind of hides and kind of vines so it looks like they're all wearing Spider-Man outfits.
But they never.
It's like a white guy and a dashiki dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know why I'm questioning this, because obviously it's a stupid movie.
We have to watch this film for the pod.
But that was the thing that was my takeaway. I was like, well, wait a minute. So does that mean that Spider-Man stole his
It's far
idea?
crazier than just the one guy.
You're asking. You're asking. You know what? You're not wrong. You're asking the right questions. Don't
Just
feel
remember, it
like
happened off scene, so
yeah.
we don't know what really happened.
True.
Her mother was
But
researching
thanks for that
Spider-Man.
validation, Eric. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're right. You know what it is? I feel bad because all the characters in the movie essentially are actual characters in like the comic. Like they're real characters that they took, and they're like, you know what? We'll throw them in there. Not the Peruvians. They're like, we'll throw them in there for the fans.
The multiverse, dude.
And I feel like for the fans, they're like, here you go. Here's an empty dog food dish. And then just one of the movie execs goes over and takes a big shit in it. And they're like, and they just put like a little Spider-Man dog costume on it. And they're like, pat it up or something. And like push it forward. And there you go. Here's a big pile of spider shit.
Is the villain in the movie like
Ezekiel's real?
Yeah.
He's an actual character, but I think he's more like a mentor / villain. He's maybe initially considered a villain, but then he becomes friends with the team.
About 110 years old, and she's kind of a ally, but not really for Spider-Man. She's just one of these kind of Greek chorus kind of figures who kind of gives him information about how the future turns out, but it's always kind of like fucked up in a way that he doesn't figure out until later.
You should. If you ever get a chance and you ever decide you want to read comic books, Spider-Man comic books, the Spider-Verse event that they did in the comics compared to like the Beyond the Spider-Verse and all that are crazy as shit. Because it's the multiverse thing where they have all the Spider-Mans from different, universes, but they're all tied into this giant spider that's like blind, that's on a spider web, that's being manipulated by a family of vampires that they can suck the souls out of Spider-Man to get stronger. So they're going to the different universes to kill all the Spider-Men
from Bolivia, just to kind of
yeah. And they're
Is
all
that Morbius?
No. He's just
Totally
like
unrelated to Morbius.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Her web connects them all, my friends. That's all I
see.
I see. So we got the web
Scarlet?
that connects them all. Scarlet Web, that's a character. Scarlet Spider, that's a character. Ben Parker, he's there.
Scarlett O'Hara, she had slaves.
Scarlet O'Hara, they're Peruvian.
5 perfect jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
How did they get their deliveries? Amazon Prime.
I
stole that.
My name off of this one.
I'm proud.
Amazon Prime. I'm
proud.
How did they get the baby? How did the tribe in the Amazon get the baby back to New York? Amazon Prime. I don't know.
I like how I like pointed at the screen, not anybody in particular. I'm just pointing at like you and you.
It's I just went to Thunderbolts the other night and just watching like the pitch meeting after. I rewatched it yesterday, and there's this one talking about Julie Louise-Dreyfus plays this character called the Contessa, who's also this character from the comic books. She's kind of a criminal mastermind, and and the writer is trying to explain the Contessa to the producer guy, and the writer goes, this Contessa, she's so smart. She's always got something up her sleeves. And then the producer guy goes, is it elbows? Goes,
I watched that one earlier today.
Technically, yes. I knew it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So, why don't we kind of wind down on the YouTube stuff there? Papa, you had a little kind of sorbet that you wanted to bring to the rest of the team.
I do. I feel ill-prepared for this, but what I put together, okay, let's see. I'm going to share it. For sorbet today, what I thought would be fun is I've been exposed to so many awful YouTubers that make, I don't know, 10, 20 times what I make in a single year. It's awful for just doing these really awful, repetitive videos.
All people that will be able to retire by like 30.
A lot of kids, like my kids' age, just love watching and giving them all their money. So what I did is I compiled 10 of them. I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the pictures with you. And I'm going to give you a list of 13 names of YouTubers. There's 3 extras in there to kind of throw you guys off.
Okay.
Not like you're probably going to get most of them anyways.
Can we look at the group chat now?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
And this is going to be a group activity, because if I kind of left you out there on your own, you probably get maybe 1 or 2 right. Let's take a look. Do you want to read the names out?
Sure.
Okay.
We have Kai Sinat, ZHC, Markiplier, PewDiePie, Sniper Wolf, Aishu Speed, Nick DeGiovanni, Ryan Trahan, Zach King, Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, Marshmallow, and Jack Septiceye.
Yeah, Jack Septiceye.
Septiceye. All right.
Oh, somebody knows there's Septiceyes.
I don't know him by visually, but I've seen his name before.
Right. Another
All
reason.
I do know some of these guys.
You do? Okay.
Some of them.
All right. Let's see how good you are. So you guys can work together, or do you want to take it on separately? What do you think?
Let's do this as a community effort. I think
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's kind of go through and let's take off the obvious ones first.
Okay.
So hold on. I'm going to show you pictures, and you're going to have to.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to have to identify who these people are.
Oh, got
using the list.
Right.
All right. The problem is it looks like you're going to see the. It's fine. Whatever.
Hmm.
All right. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So here we go. This dude,
So
you must know this guy.
Wait a minute though. You said that there's 13 names, but you're only going to show 11.
So there's 10. I'm going to show you 10 YouTubers. I've given you 13 names, 3 to throw you off.
Right.
I have to test the faithful. So
are the extra 3 YouTubers that are not on like the list of
they're
photos?
actual YouTubers. I didn't just make up names. They're actual YouTubers.
Got it.
So what do you guys think?
I think this is Markiplier.
That's also what. Oh, actually, no. I don't believe. I don't agree with you.
No, it's not him.
No, but I also think that the guy that I think this is not on this list. So I guess I can't say for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's this guy that does the all these traps and things.
I thought this was
Jean Kayak.
Mark Robert.
Oh, I think that's the guy I'm thinking of.
But is that Markiplier?
I don't know.
Or is that a different dude?
I remember Mark, so that's why I went with Markiplier.
Let's see. Who else could this be on this list? I know.
Wait a minute. Let me take a look at this list again.
Ryan Trahan.
I want to make sure I didn't leave any names off.
52 episodes we've been doing this, folks.
And
Look,
you're so organized.
Yeah.
It's a late night. I felt strong with this one.
I had 3 courses and then woke up covered in the gazpacho. Not one of the 3.
Shit.
Just painted everything green because that's what technology does.
Yeah. That Eric, he's always got something up his sleeves.
Oh, yeah. You guys are right. He did get cut off the list. God damn. You know what? I had 15 and I took off 2 and I must have taken them off accidentally.
That is Mark Robert.
It is.
Okay.
Good on you.
All right.
Okay.
See, that's why I went with Mark, because Mark.
He looks like a Mark. He's got Mark.
I've definitely seen this guy's
like
content.
a Mark or a Luigi a little bit.
Yeah, the stuff he invents is pretty impressive.
Mangione?
Does he do those? He does those squirrel obstacle courses, right?
Yeah, he's the squirrel guy.
Yeah. All right, let's do the next one.
Let's just keep hustling, dude. Let's go to the next
All
one.
right.
That looks like PewDiePie.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll give PewDiePie.
There
Definitely.
you go. You're welcome.
I think that's Sniper Wolf.
Sniper Wolf.
Yep.
You guys know Sniper Wolf, really?
I just by the thumbnails, the algorithm keeps showing to me. Never actually watched any. I don't know what she's about, whether she has a theme. She's
I'm
making
sure she makes videos anymore. It was like her and like her
there was a weird
ex-husband.
controversy with her, kind of like
He was writing the content and she was doing like video game videos that he was actually doing all the. He's playing the game and stuff like that for her and stuff. All right, this dude.
I'm going to guess. Guys,
Hey-oh.
Lil Wayne.
I want to say.
And somebody just got kicked off the pod.
Damn it,
No, wait, you
Naveen,
can say it. You
gotta
can say it.
feel
Never
it.
mind. Look, I can't say that. You can say
No,
that.
yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
right.
good.
You can say that.
Yeah,
Okay, never
you can
mind.
say that.
Yeah.
Just to remind everybody, Naveen also has brown skin.
So it's okay. I'm okay.
So this is not Kai
Our
Cenat.
favorite DEI hire, ladies and gentlemen.
This is not Kai Cenat.
Not Kaisen. Okay, I show speed.
Yes, this is Speed.
Okay.
I show speed. All right, I'll go with that one because I really don't know. I was going to go ZHC.
Nope.
Do you want me to reveal now, or should I wait?
No,
Let's
I'm confident that's Speed.
Are you?
Yes.
Eric, let's do this. Kind of just gonna keep running track, and then you can kind of run through the whole list once we get
Okay.
to it.
This one I know for sure.
He does a lot of videos.
And a lot of it's like art related.
Art
so
related. His girlfriend's like a math genius. She does them
Yes.
too with like pink hair.
She can do all kinds of like crazy math stuff in her head. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but most of these guys are with disproportionately hot women, right?
Yes. And this guy,
Yeah.
this guy, if you were to watch it, you would not think for 1 second that he would be with how do I don't want to say anything that's going to get us in trouble.
His chick?
Put it in the
Someone
chat
else-
and I'll say it.
Yeah,
With
somebody of the gender that he is with. Let's just say it that way. He strikes me as somebody that would not be interested in his girlfriend.
Look, you're really shit at being politically incorrect.
I guess so, huh? Yeah, I couldn't think of a better
Just
way to
come out
say
and
that.
say it, man.
Just take Eric's advice. How would Shane Gillis describe it?
How would Canadian Shane Gillis do it?
He would just say something
I don't know.
completely.
Hey,
Pulls out a turny
Hey.
like a tiny spoon. It's like that.
Yeah.
he's got
Yeah.
a camera? I don't know what he does. Takes pictures of men with a camera?
This is ZHC.
This is ZHC. All right.
Definitely
I'll go with it. I don't know who it is.
I've seen a bunch of his stuff, and also my daughter likes his stuff.
I was gonna say you're an art guy, so you should know
Yeah.
who this is.
I definitely know that's who that is.
Okay. This would probably be Kai Cenat if people are kind of
Chris
positive
Tucker.
on the other one being I show speed.
Tucker. Yeah, I'm gonna go Kai Cenat.
Can you cut out? I know you're like the sound guy, but can you cut out every time I laugh when you make like these racist jokes that I'm not allowed to laugh at? It just doesn't feel right to me for some reason.
I could make it louder.
Yeah.
You can make it louder.
Yeah.
That loud like white snickering.
We're all lucky to have Naveen as a friend.
Indeed.
Yeah, times like these, we're grateful for Naveen.
Word.
When I get this show canned.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
This one's for John. John's got to know.
That was a good one. Oh.
I have no idea who this guy is.
Chef John.
It's a cooking show, and I only see one. I only
One-
see one name on here that's even like remotely food. This guy is either Marshmallow or
Nick Giovanni.
He's definitely not Marshmallow.
Here's the thing that bothered me in this picture. I'm like, it looks fine. He looks very clean cut. He's got like, I guess that's a knife handle popping out of the middle bottom of the picture.
Looks
But
like a hatchet.
yeah, beyond that, I mean, it could be a body under that knife handle. I don't know. But
Sure.
the thing that bothered me the most was the stand mixer on the right. I'm like, where's the bowl?
Oh,
That's fair.
I thought you were going to
No.
say the lobster that's peeking out from the Le Creuset pot on the left.
Oh, that's what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. If you got a stand mixer, you don't just put it out there without the bowl like that.
Hell no.
Just
That's
felt like, you know what?
Hmm.
A good chef keeps a clean kitchen. So
Right.
But
Yeah,
the bowl
yeah,
lives there. That's where the bowl goes.
it does.
Everybody knows this.
Keep your bowl there.
the bowl is supposed to be in its home. Why is the bowl not in its home?
Yeah.
Is it too good for its home?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think-
there's another Naveen snarky joke.
It's like August 21st. You're going out there on the plane.
I think Nick DiGiovanni only because I don't know who
Yeah,
else it
yeah.
would be from this
Yeah.
list.
That's a very good call.
Yeah.
Duh.
Who's this?
Paul.
Who's this
Logan Paul.
asshole?
That's Logan
Yeah.
Paul.
That's Logan Paul.
I was
What
gonna
a-
put both names on there just to kind of like mess with you. guys.
I love how as burgeoning literal YouTube creators, we're just kind of like trashing on everybody who's been successful at this thing.
Yeah, I know.
Top of the pod, we're so like handmade and almost triple digit views.
Hit that like button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring
This
that bell.
guy's never
I'll
seen
tell you what,
Madam
hit
Web.
that like button if you think Logan Paul, Jake, which one is this? Logan. If you think Logan Paul is a total douche nozzle.
Mm.
Don't hit it because you like what we do. Just hit it because you think this guy sucks.
Or if you think Madam
Great
Web
like.
kind of underrated and sort of a fun movie to watch with your friends.
Also kind of fun. Yeah.
Also kind of fun. Yeah.
All right.
Going on.
Next one.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Ryan Trahan.
I'm embarrassed that I know most of these.
I tried to take it easy on you guys, okay?
Okay, well that makes me feel a little better.
Like more than half of these guys are like older than 30, so
Johnny, what do you think? Do you have any idea who this is?
I think the only thing that you should want less from Eric than his contempt is his sympathy. But I have no idea who this guy is.
guys, I feel for you. I feel for all of you. I'm giving you freebies here.
Yeah, I don't know who most of these guys are either.
This is Zach King.
Zach King. Okay,
Yep.
I like the joke. I like the guess.
I'll go with Andy on that one. He seems very sure.
Yeah, and this dude is super rad.
Yeah.
You should check out his
Has
stuff.
kind of like a rad Zach energy to it. I think.
Well, I mean, look at the backward hat, man. What's radder than that?
He's badass.
Yeah.
He's like,
All
oh,
right.
didn't mean to friend.
Yeah.
Like Zach Wild or more like Zach Morris?
Or like Zach Mild.
This guy is more like Zach Morris, Zach Mild. Definitely not Zach Wild.
All right, and
True.
number 10.
Who's this douche nozzle?
Eh,
By the way, I wanted to just tell you that he doesn't have his hair permed at all. This is his natural curls.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, good for him.
Yeah. He's famous also. I have to say, I know this guy really well because, again, my kids watch him, but he has a candy that he released that they sell at Target exclusively.
Okay.
He makes the candy, and it's actually like, I think, 70% less sugar than most candy. It's pretty
That
good.
sounds awful.
Pretty good.
I
Yum,
don't.
yum.
I've definitely seen this guy before. I know that my daughter has watched his stuff too. I don't know who this is.
Naveen, did you get the first aid merit badge when we were in Scouts together?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, it's every year, every month, every day of my kind of adult life. I feel like another thing I learned from getting the first aid merit badge, just getting pushed out by bullshit. Like
Now you know that this guy doesn't have a perm.
yes,
Just natural curls.
right, and and there goes making a tourniquet.
Mm-hmm.
He also doesn't shave his face, by the way.
Okay,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
obvious.
Needs to.
Naturally clean.
naturally dewy.
This guy will always be
Wait,
prepubescent.
here's my question. How old do you think he is?
12.
In this
Yeah.
picture,
Sure.
It's like 15, 16.
I would have said max 18 in this picture.
He was born 1988.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Crazy, huh?
Good for him.
Yeah.
for him.
So he's like, I don't know, 35, 36.
37. That would put him at.
Looking like
I
that.
gotta go. So I'm gonna say
37.
this is Ryan Trahan, only because I think I know all the rest of the guys.
Right. I'm not interested in what he usually does, but if he's ever done a video like on his skincare routine, like I mean,
Yeah.
You know what?
I feel leathery, honest.
I'm kind of bothered because I
It's
put marshmallow in there because I thought you'd just see this guy and be like, he's a marshmallow. He's clearly marshmallow.
No, Marshmallow's the guy with the marshmallow head.
He is. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna
All
go.
right.
So those
Yeah.
are the guesses. Let's kind of run down how we did.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
You ready for this? Yeah, you guys got it. You guys actually got all of them except for two. So
Really?
Mark Rober, PewDiePie, Sniper Wolf. What's this guy's name?
Isn't that I Show Speed?
It was.
Look.
I'm not going to do it again.
Look, yeah, Naveen, you can't make this mistake, but we can make this mistake.
Oh, I have it backwards, don't I?
Yeah, yeah. As soon as you said it, I was like, "Fucking."
So this
racist.
is Tyson at
Racist. Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's embarrassing.
I know. The thing is, I don't recognize him by his face.
Oh,
But-
that's so good.
He's the only one that I just don't know. That's why we've been like, that's him. That's him. But I do know he's black. So
Oh man, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
so yeah, I outed myself, guys. It's all right. ZHC, yeah, you got ZHC. It's funny because ZHC actually is just like his name. It's just his initials for his name. It was like
Yeah, he's
Zach
something or other.
Hissai or something or Hissy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Match
I
I
show
show speed.
I show speed.
Shit.
Oh, I wish I could say the quote. I probably should.
Hmm.
You
Oh,
probably
no.
can.
Yeah, you can get away with it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
They
get us
all look alike?
canceled.
Well, at least I didn't get the two Asian-looking guys mixed up.
I like how you're making the joke, and in my head, I'm like, really? Are you really confused?
Oh boy.
This is your moment to shine. You should be like, you guys are, ugh, I can't even tell you apart anymore. Yeah, Nick DiGiovanni. He was on some cooking competition show with Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
I've
So
never
him
seen
and
that guy before
he was-
in my life.
Yeah, I don't know what the show's called. It's but he was like the second place on the show.
Was it the show with the professional chefs, or was it the show with like the home cook?
Not the one with the chefs. It's the
do.
one where it's a cooking competition show.
Oh yeah, I went to college and was a classmate of the guy who he was a computer science major, but on like the first season they did of like the amateur chef show, he actually came on second place.
Yeah. So this guy's called I think they call him Boston Nick.
Boston.
He's from Boston.
All right.
Grew up in Boston.
Well, it'd be weird if he wasn't.
Yeah, I know.
Boston Nick from
He was
Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking Poughkeepsie?
Yeah.
There was an episode of the Rewatchables where one of the hosts is like this like Massachusetts scumbag, like went to school in Worcester, grew up in Marlborough, but they've been trying to get them to do like Star Wars for years and years, and they finally did a Star Wars episode. And this Massachusetts guy, he's on the older side. He's like, yeah, I was in about second grade when Star Wars kind of hit, and it's like, the class, it was kind of split. The guys were kind of split in kind of two sides. There was the guys that like sports, and there was the guys that would just go to Star Wars all the time. And he's slipping into this Massachusetts accent more and more as he's reflecting on this. He's like, I just remember this one guy, Davey. Like 2 weeks, he went to Star Wars like 4 different times, and one of the co-hosts screams, "Davey, you think you're better than us? Star Wars 4 freaking times."
Yep.
Yep.
All right. The rest you get right. Zach King. He's the magic guy. He does all the magic tricks.
He's great.
Shit where he's looking in a mirror and then he just climbs in the mirror and then somebody comes over and opens it and he's not even there and he closes it.
So
Weird stuff like that.
He's actually been on the Corridor Crew before.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
it's a pretty cool episode where they actually go through some of his stuff and show how he does it, because he's a mixture of like quote unquote magic, but also VFX.
Yeah.
To do the
Oh,
stuff
totally.
he does.
Yeah.
I would actually really recommend that particular episode. It's pretty cool.
Nice. This picture of him in a V-neck tee.
Yep.
Open up hip sleeves except elbows.
That's
Wait. How old do you think he is? What year was he born?
Probably like 63, 64.
Rough,
The year
man.
he was born, or how old he is?
Either.
Okay.
Guess what? He's actually younger than the last guy.
What?
Yep.
He looks
Yeah.
like he looks like the Steve Buscemi character. Hello, fellow students.
Hello, fellow teens.
Yeah, that's it. He's just some dad that put on his hat backwards and he's trying to pretend to be a high schooler.
You guys think smoking Zaza's cool? Well, let me tell you something.
Do you have
It's
any
a Star Wars
cigarette?
Hey.
times.
You guys should get on this gazpacho.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that looks
You
like
think it had tomato in it?
Ninja Turtle
Yeah.
piss.
You don't know gazpacho.
Oh, giant pee on you is tight.
You know what? This gazpacho's too warm. Get it out of my face.
Yeah.
And
We're
what does
talking
this
about
half
this
guy
at this
do?
point, it's just soup.
What
So
does
I was
he
gonna say,
do?
he was born in 1990. This guy,
Yeah.
Ryan Trahan.
But what
So
does
you
he
got
do, though?
you got
Like,
half points.
What's his shtick? Does he?
His shtick, he got famous for doing one of those videos where he starts out with like a penny, and then he tries to like turn that penny into
right.
something different. So he goes around and says, "Hey,"
And like a year
will you
later,
s-
he's like on the board at like a Goldman Sachs. Like,
yeah, he does this in California. He's from he's from Texas, but he flies out to California, and then he goes to like Muscle Beach or something like that, and just exchanges like sunglasses for like a nickel, and then tries to sell those or exchange them. And
I see.
can I
Sounds
do
good.
my Kingpin impression from the Hawkeye show?
Please.
from the Hawkeye show, okay, that's very specific. Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
She thinks she can walk away from our arrangement like we were Goldman Sachs.
It sounds like Big Boy.
Sounds like Scarface.
Sounds like you're Al Pacino.
I was like, what is
Sounds
that?
like he's in the Mexican Navy.
I was thinking of a Scarface quote, and I was going to
Yeah.
say hello to my little friend, but I was just like,
like, oh yes, that famous Scarface quote, "Hello, my little friend."
no, what is it? Lisa, you're tearing me apart, Lisa. Where did you get that pizza from?
We were
You know I like
Goldman
pizza.
Sachs.
How about these sex?
That was fun, Eric.
Tracy is unbelievable. Kick a god.
Pick a card. What game we playing here? I thought we were playing Tiddlywinks.
Nice. But yeah, good one. That was a
Yeah,
good
that was
That was a lot of fun.
sorbet thing there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess
You
that makes
guys,
me really old because I don't really watch YouTube that
you
much.
pulling from an old Daffy Duck PSA about fire safety. You guys get an A on my fire safety prevention quiz. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Except
Right.
we didn't get an
Right.
A. We got an 80, so that's a B minus.
Oh, you're harsh. You're harsh on yourself. You got yeah. The whole racist thing.
I
Yeah.
should get less than that just because of what I did.
Yeah. You know what? You should just end this by saying I don't see colors.
Well, no, I'm gonna have to
I'm like-
post a separate
I'm
apology.
really colorblind.
Right.
In true YouTuber form, I'm gonna have to post I'm terribly sorry for my my indiscretions video next.
Uh-huh.
What was it called? Bum fight. And I didn't realize he had like some undiagnosed disease. I didn't think he was gonna die so quickly.
Oh, from the start of Deadstream, you're talking about.
Yeah, Deadstream. That
Yeah.
was. I didn't realize he would die so quickly when I hit him or something like that.
Andy, now that I have a job again, I'm very seriously eyeing finally buying like a "Garlic is Bullshit" T-shirt off your website.
Lovely.
All right. Well, gentlemen, that was episode 52. I would say it's good enough for this, John. Did you guys have fun?
Enjoyed it very much. And
Awesome.
let's get that handmaiden up to triple digits.
Up to trips.
What do they call it when it hits triple digits? They call that the old tappa tappa.
The old tappa tappa.
When we get up the triple digits, the only thing we can do is just ring that bell.
Wait.
Well, I just hope we get rewarded with diarrhea.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want that. How about this?
Hmm.
If we hit 100 views,
Hmm.
it'll be our first 100 views for a video.
We will cover another famed movie of Korean erotica.
Oh, I love that. How about Andy has a bowl of gazpacho to celebrate?
Well, Johnny's gonna make me gazpacho when I go out to Vegas in September.
Oh, you going into September?
Yes.
I don't feel like I knew that. Sweet.
I like
No,
that line of
not
question.
that.
Oh, September, you say, huh? I don't
Same-
even know where
same
that is.
exhibition. I'll be out for the same exhibition, so we'll
Right.
we'll talk.
Sweet. All right,
Question for John. What would it sound like if Kingpin said he was going to visit in September?
The things. How I can only picture Big Boy.
Vanessa, make me another cannoli.
That's all I can hear. Going to the
Vanessa,
bath.
what do you? Which YouTuber do you think this is? Like it's clearly I show speed. Vanessa, it's Kai
Okay,
Cenat.
okay, I got it. We have to talk. We have to talk about the elephant in the room. Francine, happy birthday. Perfect joke. All right, that was episode 52. To redact slightly what we're going to be doing next week, Naveen is going to be kind of traveling for like a little bit. So if he will be around for our next record, we're going to continue the unconventional superhero cycle with Sam Raimi's Darkman. But if Naveen is not around and the three of us decide to record, possibly with guests or possibly under some other format, we will be just as surprised as you guys are. So stick around and find out.
All right.
Gentlemen, Rebels Without a Pod, episode 52.
Sweet.
Talk to you soon and take
It's
care.
a wrap. See you, boys.
Yeah.
Later.
Wow.
Oh.